Hello everyone, I am the Lonely Hunter and we are playing some Black Ops 3 right now. This is the Black Ops 3 beta, we've made it and I'm here to bring you my first impressions of the game. This has to be my second or third match and I really don't know the mechanics that well because there are some changes in the game. The changes are considerable and they make the difference in my opinion. Now let's start off with the positives and this is a pretty long section because there are a lot of positives in the game. First of all, the connection. You can see your ping, you can see the packet loss, and it is amazing that you have that ability to do that. Apart from the ping bars that you have on the side as always. It is good to see those as well. But I had a solid connection those few games that I played. I had a 4 bar and occasionally a 3 bar. I know this is a beta and fewer people play it, so I have that good of a connection, let's say, but I don't want this to change because it is something nice. I had that consistently and I really liked that fact. I really liked the fact that I could move around the map freely. It was really awesome. Now, another thing. The sprinting and the whole movement system of the game. This is also a positive because it is a completely momentum based game. And by that I mean when you start sprinting, when you start your movement, you feel really sluggish. At the beginning I couldn't even move my gun around because I felt like the aim assist was really heavy and everything was really bad and sluggish and slow. But then I realized that the more I moved around, the more I rushed around the map, this became second nature. This became faster and faster. This movement became smoother and while I was able to control that movement, I was able to kill more enemies. So this is something to remember right here. This game is not rush friendly, unfortunately. Now this is a negative because being rush friendly means that you have smaller maps and you have players running around all the time. You can be really successful, really successful by staying behind a head glitch, by just camping and waiting for your enemy. Now if you do that, you will always have that sluggish feeling of the movement system. You will always feel sluggish and slow, but you'll get the job done. You will get the kills and you will be the MVP of your team. You will be the best player out there because this game is slower than Advanced Warfare and it has a certain flow. I like the flow of the game. I like it a lot, but it is not rush friendly. At least the maps that we played are not rush friendly. Now another thing. Is this a positive? Is this a negative? I don't know. I believe that it is a positive. It is about the melee system and you will see me fail a couple of times in this gameplay with the melee. Now the melee is 2 hit kill, not 1, and this will make some more strategic plays because it brings up straight up gunfights. You're walking around, running and gunning and not relying on a panic knife when you are up close and personal with an enemy. But this takes some time to get used to because sometimes I made the newbie mistake. When I was close to enemies, I wanted to finish them off with a knife. Of course, you can take the risk to go up close and personal with an enemy and try to punch them if they are hurt. And it is a really probable situation that they are hurt because this leads me to another point right now. The grenades, the concussions and the frag grenades. This is a negative. Concussions and frag grenades are really powerful. And by that, I believe that they should be nerfed in some way, especially at low levels that you don't have the flak jacket. They are not really a good thing. I mean, the frag grenades can really stop a bunch of enemies from accessing an area, and early on in this beta it is not a good thing to have. It is not something that you need because it makes the game slower and it forces people to camp. Now, I'm against camping anyway, but in this game if you have those types of grenades and if other explosives are that way. By the way, I haven't seen many other explosives, but if they are that way, then unfortunately it's gonna be a slower paced game just because of the explosives. Now let's go on to the streaks. The streaks are also nice. I love them, but I didn't really get to use them all that much. I didn't really get to spam them because they have a lot of points in order for you to get them. And so being that difficult, I don't think that they are that effective, they are not that valuable to you. Now, costing more means that they should be rewarding, right? And I always wanted rewarding kill streaks. Unfortunately, the first kill streaks are not that rewarding, so I believe for TDM, just lower the streaks or just lower the amounts of points that you need to get for a streak, or just make the score more, just increase the score and maybe increase the number of kills, because some games were done quick, some games were finished really fast, and I couldn't even get a few kills, they were almost over. Now you will see some really bad use of kill streaks, but also you will see some really bad use of abilities. And now let's go on to another thing, let's go to the meta game, and this is a very positive thing for Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 introduces specialists, and we'll have to see if they're gonna be really annoying or if they're gonna be a factor that improves the game. It is yet to be seen, because all of these specialists are not available from the get-go, so we'll see from the full release. But the specialists that are out there right now, they seem to be pretty balanced, and they can get you 1 or 2 kills with their abilities. Some abilities are nice, that they will give you extra help. For example, the radar that I'm using in this gameplay, it helped me in a few situations, but in some others it didn't highlight any other enemy because they were not in the proximity, and some others are based on true power, on raw power, like the guy with the spikes. This guy is pretty aggressive, this guy can get 1 or 2 kills if he rushes enemies, but nonetheless they are not the godly kill streaks, they are not the godly effects that you would have in the game. I was really worried about the specialist being in Black Ops 3. Maybe the community doesn't know how to abuse those yet, that is why I like them, but generally I wasn't really in favor of those. I wasn't really looking forward to the specialist. I thought that the show-stopping effect that they had in every single match will induce rage, will produce a lot of rage, and will make a lot of people leave from the lobbies. But fortunately this is not the case. I'm having a lot of fun using my abilities. They are not really killing abilities, they are not abilities, for example, like the bow that this particular specialist has, which can kill enemies with the explosive arrows. But I'm not really into the accuracy thing, and this game has something that I still need to get used to. It is the aiming down the sights, it is the gunfights that I need to get used to, because you'll see it many times that the Treyarch hit detection with lower time to kill feels kinda strange at first. It is something that we have to get used to, it is something that we have to adapt to. Of course it is Treyarch, of course there's gonna be some hit and misses in the gunplay, but this is to be expected. Overall, is the beta worth it? I believe that it is. I believe that anyone who has downloaded the beta should play it. It is an amazing opportunity to get hands-on with the game. I hope that the positives stay in the retail version of the game, and I hope that the negatives get somewhat nerfed. This is it for me now. You will see more videos of Black Ops 3 later on. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I am out. Peace!